On Tuesday, May 24th, Mars will enter Aries, the sign it rules and feels super comfortable in. This year it's extra special because Jupiter is also present in Aries, boosting up all of our passions, all of our impatience and courage to get the work done. Let's take a look at it in more depth and break it down for each sign. My name is Anastasia. I'm a traditional Western astrologer specializing in natal, relationship, and predictive astrology. If you'd like to work with me, there's a link down below to book a reading. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, leave me a comment. I really appreciate all of the support. So Mars is the planet of action. It's the red planet connected to our desires, ambitions. It's the most self-driven planet there is. Sometimes people connect the sun to ego, but Mars is very much, where do I stand apart? What makes me different? And placed in any sign other than Scorpio or Aries, the signs Mars classically rules, Mars has to behave along the lines of that sign. Along the lines, it has to follow the rules of the planet that is responsible for that sign. Let's say Mars is in Cancer, it has to follow the rules of the moon. If it's in Virgo, it has to follow the rules of Mercury, etc. Here it's free Mars in its home sign of Aries, sort of like you or I being in our own home when there's nobody there. You can, if you want, walk naked. If you want, I don't know, eat food out of your bed. So there's freedom to this Mars. There is ability to do whatever Mars wants. Mars will stay here until July 5th. And to mention some of the brief kind of like do a quick rundown of what Mars and Aries means and what it might bring us. Aries is a spring sign, right? It's the sign of new beginnings. It's a cardinal sign connected with initiating things. And it's also a masculine domicile of Mars. So Mars also rules Scorpio, but action is in Scorpio is a lot more quiet and hidden, and Scorpios tend to be very protective and they don't reveal their plans. It's very much a ninja Mars. You put Mars in Aries and it's like a gladiator type, fighting for things in the arena. There's boldness, there's brashness, there's urgency to this Mars. And it's also, I think, to me, very much connected to Aries being the sign of spring. Excitement of new beginnings. So we feel excited, we feel passionate about our goals. Of course, there's always a little bit of a danger of like steamrolling other people or taking things too far and caring only about your desires. This like May, June feel very different from the beginning of the year when we had a lot of Jupiter was in Pisces, so things were like smooth and we were more focused on others. Now it's very much like, what about me? Let me kind of step up and show you who I am. You feel more brave, you're more self-driven, you are not going to hesitate to create your own opportunities. It's not like just sitting around waiting for people to come and bring you things. And if people do bring you things, you jump on them with more excitement. And if you fall, right, as one does, you get up, you try again. Very childlike energy of Aries. When a kid learns to walk, they fall a bunch of times, but they still get up and try again. As adults, we sometimes forget that, so this Mars reminds us of the freedom to pick up and try again. It's also a very impulsive, impatient sign, very, very quick to anger. So be careful that you're not sliding into the patterns or unhealthy behaviors of like unloading your wrath on other people. Instead, try to create some kind of solid workout routine, exert yourself in the garden, go for hikes and walks, and yeah, like be careful of the explosive side of Aries. And there's also at times a tendency to overextend yourself and take on too many things and feel like you're the king of the mountain and you can take care of everything. So make sure you're not doing that and avoid unnecessary risks. It is likely, especially around May 29th, when Mars will conjoin Jupiter, that your risks will pay off. but make sure you're not risking everything. Make sure to, I am a triple Virgo. I will always encourage you to stay grounded as much as you possibly can. So here it's especially important because it's Aries. It's that taking a leap into the unknown. So let's break it down for each rising sign and see what one might expect. If you are an Aries rising, Mars is about to enter your first house. So very exciting. You start to embody Mars because every planet in the first house is very much physically absorbed in us. So you feel more energetic, you feel more courageous and brave, especially if you're not normally a very energetic person. There might be kind of like the most amount of energy and drive you have in 2 years, because Mars has a 2-year long cycle. Great time to exercise, great time to work on personal projects, because first house is your initiatives, your business, your identity. So you might want to use this energy to either pursue things that you've been postponing, right? Like you kind of feel more enthusiastic about new beginnings. You feel ready to start new things, or you can use that energy to take care of your body, of your brand, of your personality, and your vision. Be careful. Like, since you embody Mars, there's more of a chance of getting in fights with people and feeling easily triggered and annoyed by others. So try to slow it down a little bit. And if you're feeling angry and aggravated, go and box with like a boxing bag or something. And avoid rushing places. There's also, whenever Mars is in the first house, we may tend to be more accident prone because we're just in it. We want to do things quickly. We feel like we have a lot of energy and we're able to handle things quickly, but you don't want to push yourself too much. For Taurus rising, Mars is entering your 12th house. And Mars in the 12th house works quietly, even though it's Aries Mars, and all I've been talking about is the opposite of quiet. But for Taurus risings, it might be more quiet period. There might be a lot of action, but action that is happening behind the scenes. You're kind of feeling a pull to retreat and reflect and focus on the way you approach your goals and maybe rethink certain things. Like there's a lot of focus this year on Taurus risings, on starting a business, on pursuing your personal goals and initiatives. But Mars going into the 12th house might also be the time when you're questioning your motives or questioning your morals. 12th house is the place of spirituality, mental health. It's the place of giving back to other people. So maybe you're sort of like giving some of your energy to other things, handling a lot of things behind the scenes without being visible. Maybe you're going on a trip. Maybe you're traveling with your partner, because Mars also rules your 7th house of partnerships. You may struggle with sleep. Mars in the 12th house speeds up your psyche. So things that are normally hiding underneath the surface might come up, and they may manifest in terms of dreams, having more challenging dreams. So take a note of that. Try to do more yoga, more exercise that is not necessarily super like active, aggressive. And I would avoid getting into fights with people, or like, as a general rule, but avoid doing exercise that can hurt you, or getting into like mental battles with other people, like arguments. They can end up in losses for you at this time. And also be careful being too hard on yourself, because that's another manifestation of Mars in the 12th house. 12th house is, as I said, psyche, and Mars tends to direct that energy, that fighting spirit, towards oneself. If you are a Gemini rising, Mars is about to go into your 11th house, so this speeds up your social life. There might be more opportunities to pursue new goals, to do so from like a brand new, innovative perspective. Your friendships and your networks may become a lot more important. Maybe on your way towards your goals, you need to get people and resources together, and you're sort of reaching out to others and asking them for help. a great time to work with a group of people, to get people together. Work out in a group of people, like, might be a wonderful time to join the gym or join a yoga group or something, and connect with people that are athletic, and you would enjoy working together towards a common goal. And that could be like your personal goal, working on your body, or this could also be some kind of professional aspiration. Using your network to help you reach your goal is great here too. And you might get into battles with friends, but hopefully it's nothing drastic. Hopefully it's more playful, because basically at this time you really want to be a leader. You want to be at the top of the food chain. So be careful pushing your will on others. Aries is very me, I energy, but sometimes in order to reach your goals, it helps to listen to what other people have to say and how they can help you and encourage you. For Cancer risings, this is a busy professional time. Mars is about to go into your 10th house of career. Jupiter is there, so your work schedule is packed. There's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot more chances to be competitive professionally, maybe present some unique ideas that require your personal efforts, right? Like maybe you're presenting a personal project that requires you to work on your own. You're asking for recognition. You're being more brave in terms of pursuing your goals and asking for more. Could be a lovely time for anything that deals with being independent professionally and starting new things. An astrologer I know is a Cancer rising, and she's teaching a class because it's both Jupiter and Mars in the 10th house. So action that puts you in front of more people, that is outside of your comfort zone, that lets you be recognized for something that is maybe tough for you and throws you off balance, make you feel uncomfortable, but eventually brings you closer to where you see yourself. For Leo risings, this is a lovely time to travel as Mars travels through your 9th house. You seek to expand. You seek to learn more, gain more, to take action in the realm of philosophy, education, travel. So perfect time to go on a trip. I already mentioned the Leo rising person I know who's traveling, so definitely a lovely time to travel. Great time to study. Great time to take action when it comes to studying. Take action when it comes to teaching. So maybe you're like learning something new. And if you're not signed up for a class, or if you're not traveling, use some time to go to a museum you haven't been to. Read about a foreign culture. Cook a recipe that is Peruvian, something you've never tried before. Be careful getting into heated debates and fights with people about their beliefs, because you may feel like you know things, and Mars can be very aggressive when it comes to expressing beliefs, but you may be misguided. You may be too close to a problem where you only see your perspective and you don't realize that other people also have their opinions. For Virgo risings, Mars enters the 8th house, and 8th house is the place of other people's resources, and it's the place of collaborating with other people, the place of debts and taxes. So dealing with money right now, taking action when it comes to paying off debts, hustling for clients, getting people together is a possibility. Definitely a lovely time to pay off debts. 8th house also deals with transformations, so you may feel a desire to transform a fear. So diving into therapy could be very helpful. Sometimes when you have Mars in the 8th house, you also find yourself being a fighter for the other people's psyche. So as a therapist, this could be a very busy time for you, but even if you're not a therapist, you may suddenly notice your friends just coming into your life and asking you to give them advice. So if you're normally the person who asks for advice, this might be the roles getting flipped a little bit. So now you're the one giving advice. And your mind is more deep, more intense. There's more desire to dive deep, understand things, transform things, right? Your partner might be going through a more active period. There might be changes to your finances connected to your partner, like maybe they get a new job or they start seeing clients in your home and somehow your life gets affected by them. Watch out for conflicts connected to money and power struggles about resources, who makes more, who spends on things. If you are feeling confused about anything, maybe this is the time to have those clear conversations and express frustration, but try to do so in a caring way as much as you possibly can. For Libra risings, the themes of relationships continue. Jupiter has entered your 7th house of relationships on May 10th. Mars is about to enter on May 24th. So there's a lot of action when it comes to dating. Maybe you've been single for a while and you feel like now it's the time, and you have that strong urge to go out there and create opportunities and meet new people. If you are in a relationship, maybe you feel like it's time to commit and you are building a new relationship or redefining the reality of your relationship. Working with other people is a possibility, quite likely, because 7th house is partnerships, and it's not just romantic ones. Of course, there is romantic potential here, and a lot of energy goes, just in general, a lot of energy goes towards partnering up with others. You might even have someone bring you an opportunity. And if you are a Libra rising, Jupiter would have been in your 7th house of partnerships for a few days now. Let me know if anything exciting happened to you. I might have something cooking up, but it's too soon. Might kind of like I'm fishing for things. It's professional stuff, but like it might like slip. So we'll see how it works out. But yeah, like opportunities to partner up, opportunities to start a business or work actively on your business, bring changes to your business. There might be, as always with Mars, there might be ego battles because you're not likely to back down. You're likely to be more demanding in some ways or more clear about what you want. So try to solve all the problems that show up in a patient way. And preventative measure could be working out together, doing something active with your partner versus fighting with them. Even sex is great. For Scorpio risings, Mars enters the house that it's super happy in, the sign that it rules, so really great energy. 6th house. 6th house is the place of serving others. So if you are in a service industry, if you are someone who helps and nurtures and takes care of others as a lawyer, as a veterinarian, as a nurse, this might create more tasks for you. Your daily life might kind of speed up. There's more things to take care of, but you also have more energy to take care of those things. You have more energy to serve others. You have more energy to show up for others, and a lot of drive to work and accomplish a lot. If you're dealing with a personal project, something happening in your home, there might be a lot of developments there, a lot of back and forth. 6th house deals with your health. So taking care of your health, working out, coming up with a new diet, reinventing your routines could be great. And spring cleaning, right? We're still in spring, not the entire time because Mars is in Aries until July 5th and we'll be in the summer already. But decluttering, clearing your space, and by clearing your space, you clear your mind and you feel better. More time, more energy to tackle household and work tasks. Be careful of fighting with colleagues and coming off too strong as someone who is in charge while maybe working together could be more helpful. For Sag risings, this is very romantic, possibly very sexual. Mars goes into your 5th house, the sector of joy, romance, creativity, and children. So expect action in those areas. Romantically, for sure, you might be going on more dates. You may have more desire for fun. You seek out things that are a little bit risky, like jumping with a parachute. I feel like there's a different name for that. skydiving. So like skydiving and maybe racing. Be careful, of course, because it feels like you crave adrenaline rush activities, but it might not be so good for you, especially when it comes to partying too hard or gambling, because it might, after that Mars will go into your house of health and you don't want to mess it up. So then when Mars is in the house of health, you have to work extra hard. But you do have more energy for fun and you want to express it. You want to have exciting dates. You want to spend time with children. This could be lovely because you are more energetic and more willing to give time to your kids. And Jupiter has been in your 5th house. So maybe there's been already some kind of creative opportunities. Maybe you've been talking about getting pregnant and having a child, or you've been hashing out or feeling like there's not enough joy in your life, or thinking about all the ways in which you have more fun. This could be the time. This could be the time to sign up for a dance class, to explore your hobby, something that you like to do, like painting, swimming, dancing, anything like that. For Capricorn risings, Mars enters the 4th house. So more fights with family sometimes, right? The more negative side of this, but for the most part, it's pretty exciting. Mars is in its home sign, so even if there are any fights, they're likely to be for a good cause. More action in the home. If you're not fighting with a family, maybe you're working together with a family. And it's not always your biological family. It could also be your adopted family, like your neighbors, your close friends. You might be spending more time together with them, defending them against something, right? Mars is a defender, but it's also like, it's both a soldier and it's also both like aggressive. I guess that's also a soldier, but it can protect you or it can fight with you. So it's the same here. Mars might make you fight with family, or it might make you defend them or be active with them. Working on a home project is a good time for that, where you repaint your living room or you work in the garden. You're just more excited to spend time with the family and in the home. And it's likely that your life is busy, but it's not out in the world. It might be like your family life speeds up, or you're doing things to bring more comfort into your life, like rebuilding, adding new touches to your space, building something, doing DIY projects. So it's a good time, I think, to like retreat and figure out what makes you feel comfortable and make your space more comfy. For Aqua risings, Mars goes into the 3rd house. And this is very intellectually packed time. Your schedule likely to speed up. There might be more people you're seeing, more events you're going to, more messages that you're receiving, more emails. There are like a lot of action and a lot of projects, and you actually need to stay busy, because if you're not, you may feel kind of anxious with your mind just bubbling up. When Mars was in Sagittarius, I really noticed how Mars in the 3rd house for me was very loud. It's lovely for coming up with ideas. Like you're likely to be, your mind might be on fire, and maybe you're like walking around cooking dinner and suddenly you're like, oh, I should make a video about this. Oh, I should call my boss. Oh, I should suggest this. So write down your ideas, try to stay mentally active and busy, but also add some chill time into your schedule. Maybe go into the nature, spend some time connecting with friends, spend some time calling family members, meditating, spending time, like kind of picnicking outside, anything that makes you feel relaxed but still stimulating your mind. Watch out for conflicts with neighbors and siblings. There might be more ego battles. Great time to get involved with them, and including like your neighborhood in general, and do something that's bettering your life or betters your neighborhood, kind of like benefits the space you're in. And finally, don't drive too fast, because 3rd house is technology, your like daily commute, and Mars might be like let's go, 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 everything, you know, so many things to do. So you want to be careful. Last but not least, Pisces rising gets more boost to the financial sector. We talked about Jupiter entering your second house. If you haven't seen that video, definitely take a look. But Mars in the sign that it rules, in the house of money, is very competitive. It's very aggressive. So you are more focused on making money and you're not afraid to take risks financially. Be careful, of course, because Mars in the second house, there might be, you make more money, you spend more money. But of course, if money is working for you, then why not spend money? Just be careful of like not spending on things that are very like bring you momentary satisfaction. Focus on things that will last you longer and don't spend all of your money. Don't go gambling. But financially, great for business, starting a business, great for having a side hustle. You have more energy to reach out to people, to build new relationships. And you come across likely as very confident and very courageous, and you can inspire people. Could be also a lovely time to reevaluate what matters to you and what makes you excited financially, or what do you value in life in general. Like, you know, there's been a lot of changes for Pisces risings with Jupiter in your first house, kind of new beginnings. Now Jupiter's in your second house. What is valuable to you? Is it money or is it experiences? Is it having an important career or having a loving family? Mental peace or physical well-being? Well, those two are super connected, but you may be reevaluating what's worth your time, what's not worth your time. Be careful getting into fights about money and values with other people. Perhaps you disagree with the way your partner spends money, but maybe you're not meant to yell at them about it. Maybe instead try talking to them about it. So this is all I have. I'm excited for it. Obviously, I wore a red dress for Mars entering Aries. It's going to be a busy time. And another fun thing is that Venus is about to go into Taurus. So not only we're going to have an active, fiery, masculine energy, there's also a fiery, not a fiery, but peaceful, sensual, yin, feminine energy. So lots of fun things to look forward to, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.